Well, Christmas was only 2 or 3 days ago. Look at this, folks. I'm still on the happy spirit, and it's really going
Look
well.
at her. Wow. Stay standing up, Max. That's too good not to look at. Awesome.
Marilyn would love it. That's a lovely compliment for her. She would be really impressed.
Very cool. Very cool.
Anyway, welcome back, Bourne. It's good to see you, old friend. And look, it's really good back to being folks. But look, we've got some serious stuff to deal with. Today in the front page of the Herald was all about how our government's spending so much money on consultants. Now, I worked in the public service for a while, and what I observed was this. Never does a public servant make a mistake when they make a decision. Never. Why? Because they get a consultant to make the decision or a recommendation, and then they'll go with it. If the consultant balls it up, then they're great. They keep their job, nothing goes wrong, and they don't make a decision. But who pays for the consultant? You and me, folks. You and me. So Vaughan's got some facts here. Vaughan, what's going down, man?
Well, Max, that's a great topic that you brought up. And look, the argument that government spending is out of control gets a lot stronger when you look at this particular article the Herald ran today. To put $1 billion a year spent on consultants into context, based on a 5-day work week, we're spending $3.3 million every day, or $400,000 an hour on consultants.
Wow, $3.3 million every day.
Yeah, look, I balked at it when I saw that one too, Max. But I think the thing is that, the argument that spending is out of control, it's looking pretty strong when we dig down into this article. The minister responsible for the public sector is Chris Hipkins. In response to this, he said that as a percentage of public service workforce, the government's spending less than the previous national government, which I found hard to believe, but he's actually right. That is true. However, today consultants as a percentage of the public sector are 10.3% of the workforce, under national 13.4%. But Chris Hipkins, to say that pure political spin. He must think we voters are beyond stupid. Here's why, Max. Listen carefully to this little bit. We currently have 61,000 public servants. Under national, 47,000. Gone up, 14,000 in 4 years. They're paid an average of $88,000 a year. So we spend $5.3 billion a year on consultants. The key government had 47,000, paid an average of 75, spent 3.5 billion. So almost 2 billion less under national. That's why the percentage is higher as a chunk of what national spent, because they were spending less on public servant. So talk about the double scoops of the ice cream, more consultants and more public servants under this government. And the question is, hey, doesn't that crazy, Max?
Oh, it is crazy. It should be one or the other, If you're going to actually get someone to help you make a decision, then you don't need that big team that you've got. Look, you might feel important. You might feel a big timer. But if you need a team of experts working for you, as well as employ a consultant, you are remiss in your job, in my view. There should be a review made of all public servants. Ask them how many consultants they do and are they necessary. I guarantee we'd get a shock if we put an independent consultant in there to have a look at this, because that is over the top spending. $3 million every day. I mean, God's sake, folks, how many people make that in a lifetime? Well, there you go, Vaughan.
Yep. And, Max, the thing is, I love to debate this sort of stuff, and I'd love to get in front of Chris Hipkins, because I'd send him home in an Uber with a doggy bag and Uber Eats, and that would be his day over. If you look at the real number here, the current government, if you combine the wage bill of the public sector plus the consultants, they're spending $6.3 billion. If you use exactly that same equation for national in 2017, they were spending $4.4 billion, $1.9 billion less, or 29% less. That number is proof that spending is out of control. Look, it's champagne socialism. The corks are popping all over Wellington. So while the housing crisis, child poverty, domestic violence, suicide, and the gang spread faster than COVID, the public sector is washing their caviar down with socialist champagne. As I said, this is a debate I would win all day, every day. It's a beauty.
Well, if there's one consultant they do need, and that's $1 million spent on somebody to go in there and just have a review of it. Not $1 million, folks. Maybe a few $100,000 on some consultant to go in to see whether I'm correct. And I would say, after years and years of watching public servants, I'd say I am correct. So if they could tidy that up, get rid of all that excessive expenditure, wouldn't Vaughan and I'd be happy.
Yeah, hard work, Max. Hey, great chat. Really enjoyed it, bro.